Ghana, once referred to as the Gold Coast, is a wealthy nation known for its lush forest, diverse animal population, and deep cultural history. The nation is one of the leading countries in Africa and the first sub-Saharan to get its independence from colonial rule. It has over 50 indigenous languages. The most prominent ones are Akan, Ewe, Ga, and Dagbani. With its diverse nature of languages, English is the official language, whereas 11 languages are taught in schools. Are you curious to know about Ghana? Here are some intriguing facts about this country. The first fact is that Ghanaians will call you Chale when they don't know your name or when they want to refer to you as a friend. Chale is one of the most popular slangs in Ghana. If you have listened to the country's music, I'm very sure you must have heard it said a number of times. The slang is used literally to mean my friend or to get the attention of someone whose name you don't know. There are many theories on how Ghanaians started using Chale, but one that seems to hold more water is that the word can be traced back to the colonial times in the country when many British foreigners came to the country. The theory claims that amongst the many names of the British lords that came, two names were very popular with the people. The names are Jack and Charlie. Charlie became even more popular and people started using it to refer to strangers and later to friends. While an American can call you dude, a Ghanaian can call you Chale. The second fact is that Ghana has one of 8 matrilineal tribes in Africa. The Akan tribe of Ghana is one of the 8 tribes in Africa that practices the matrilineal system. They believe that lineage and inheritance are traced to a mother's kinship group, which means that a child is related to his mother by blood and the father by spirit. More so, the child is related to his maternal uncles and aunts by blood. The aunts become mothers to the child and the uncles retain that title. A shocking fact about the Akan people is that they do not have relatives like cousins. The children of your uncles are your kids and the children of your aunts are your siblings. So basically, the fathers acquire children through their sisters. The next fact is that Ghana has a sacred crocodile pond and one of the largest man-made lakes. Zenga, also known as Paga, is a sacred pool in the town of Paga where crocodiles are preserved and kept. It is termed sacred because the people believe the crocodiles hold the souls of the deceased, inclusive of their ancestors. These crocodiles have never tried to harm anyone in the community. Children swim in the pond without getting hurt, and tourists are allowed to touch and play with them. Apart from the sacred pond, Ghana is also home to one of the largest man-made lakes in the world, Lake Volta. By surface area, it is the biggest man-made lake in the world, covering 8,502 kilometers square, which is over 3% of the entire country. The next fact states that the genre of music Highlife originated in Ghana. The Highlife music originated in Ghana in the 19th century. It was greatly influenced by the traditional African rhythms and melodies, as well as the Western musical styles, particularly jazz. In its early stages, it was performed by brass bands in local drinking bars with guitars as lead instruments. The genre gained popularity throughout West Africa for its upbeat danceable rhythms and socially conscious lyrics that often comment on contemporary issues. Today, Highlife music continues to be an important cultural tradition in Ghana and is enjoyed by audiences around the world. It is not the only thing that has originated from Ghana. The word kwashiorkor was adopted from the Ga language. It gained recognition in 1930 after people referred it to sick children who suffered from a lack of protein and other essential minerals and vitamins. The next fact is that Ghana was at the receiving end of one of the world's worst expulsions in history when millions of Ghanaians were expelled from Nigeria in the 1980s. If you have ever been to Nigeria, you will find out that there is a particular type of bag that is referred to as Ghana must go. To many, it may just be a bag, but to history, it is more than just that. In the 1970s and a little before, Nigeria was a place of so much opportunities thanks to its oil. The nation was one of the wealthiest in Africa, and so that attracted migrants from all over the continent, with more than 2 million from Ghana, a country that was almost a failed state. By the early 1980s, the country had started struggling because of oil crash, corruption of leaders, and poor policies by government. The government did not waste time to find a scapegoat for the nation that was now beginning to fail rapidly. Immigrants were accused of bringing crime to the country and taking all the jobs. In 1983, the then president Shehu Shagari announced that every undocumented migrant had 2 weeks to leave the country or face a heavy penalty. Immigrants had very limited time to plan and leave, and so they got their things together and put them in a cheap check bag that would now be referred to as Ghana must go bags decades later. At the wake of the expulsion, more than 2 million Ghanaians left Nigeria in what will be referred to as one of the biggest expulsions of immigrants by any nation. The sixth fact is that Kante cloth represents proverbs and symbols of its people. The Kante cloth is known to be the traditional attire of the Ghanaians, but little is known that the piece of cloth is often represented by a proverb or symbol. The motifs, patterns, and colors put together have distinct meanings and names. Some of the symbolism include to err is human, crisis in the Oyoko nation, money attracts blood relations, rising sun, star, and lean your poverty on your anyeman. Reading the meanings of the Kante cloth can be done with the colors of the Kante. Black stands for spiritual strength, maturity, mourning, and funeral rites. Red stands for blood, death, political passion, and strength. Blue signifies peace, love, unity, and harmony. Gold or yellow stands for wealth and royalty. Green signifies growth, harvest, and renewal. White for purity, cleansing rites, and festive occasions. Purple or maroon represents Mother Earth, healing, and protection from evil. The next fact is that the largest open-air market in West Africa is located in Ghana. The Kumasi Central Market, also known as the Kejetia Market, is the largest open-air market in West Africa at the moment. The Kejetia Market is the heart of all commercial and socio-economic activities in Ghana, with an enormous number of traders selling everything from handicrafts to food and textiles. The market abodes over 50,000 stores and satisfies the needs of everyone with a variety from products to leisure centers, restaurants, and live voodoo performances. Kejetia is more than just a market for one to experience. Visitors are received warmly by the traders and are allowed to sample native products and local delicious treats while shopping for handcrafted souvenirs. The eighth fact is that the country's greatest president was once sentenced to death. The greatest president of Ghana, only after Kwame Nkrumah, is Jerry Rawlings. Before he became the democratically elected president of the West African nation in 1993, Rawlings carried out 2 coups in the country. His first coup was against the government of General Fred Akufo. His attempt was not successful, and Rawlings, alongside other coup plotters, were sentenced to death. He was helped out of prison by some soldiers who were loyal to him and his cause. Soon afterwards, he staged another coup that successfully outsteered the government on the grounds of injustice and corruption. In the 112 days that he was in power, Rawlings killed 3 former heads of state, military officers, and many others. He organized an election that brought President Hila Liman to power, but after only 2 years, he returned and staged the coup against Hila. The next fact is that Ghana still has and operates witch camps. There are over 5 witch camps in Ghana, housing over 500 women in each. The camps are mostly located in northern Ghana, where women are haunted as witches in the communities. The settlements have been made as refugee camps for women who are haunted and often accused of killing their husbands, and other unintentional fatalities are attributed to these ladies. These communities label them as bad omen, which causes the practice of witch hunting. Some of them are either lynched or burned alive. So in the quest for survival, they run to these camps. However, the government has been trying to shut down the witch camps and educate the public that the accused women are innocent and witchcraft doesn't exist. In 2014, the camp in central Gonja district was shut down and the women were sent back to their communities. As of 2015, the government had shut down quite a number of camps. Nevertheless, the country still holds a number of camps at the moment. And now to the last fact: cocoa, gold, salt, chilies and pink peppers are very important to Ghana. At the center of Ghana's wealth are things such as salt, cocoa and gold. The country is often referred to as Gold Coast because of the abundance of the precious mineral. More so, the ancient Ghana was also built on salt. The country is the second largest cocoa producer in Africa after Ivory Coast. Finally, chilies and pink peppers are important to the country because they are things you will most likely find in any delicacy prepared in the nation. Are there any facts about Ghana that we left out? Let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share.